Juan is making perfect sense, and honestly, I don't see what the issue is here. If you're building a home with someone whose culture is different from yours, especially when there's a child involved, the bare minimum is making sure that child can embrace both sides. Language is a big part of that. Juan wants to speak Spanish in his home, and that's not asking for too much.
Having family here, having my stepkids, seeing them play with my other cousin, we all together, is just really special.
Dos about one.
I didn't realize how I wanted my culture to be part of my family until now.
There's crawfish pizza in New Orleans.
Oh, I know, crawfish, everything.
And now that I can see that my son can lose part of it, I really want to make sure that won't happen.
Do I need my coat?
Probably not. You're American.
I know, but doesn't mean I don't get cold. Ooh, cold on my butt.
Cold on your butt. Cold on my butt, too. I just wanted to talk about a little concern I have about, mostly my son, like losing his culture, my culture, like Spanish. And he won't be able to communicate with his family in Colombia because he don't speak the language. And I mean, some others might be easier to learn Spanish in their house because they can speak Spanish all the time, but then you come at him, you speak English, the boys will come at him, they'll speak English, and I'm the only one who will be speaking Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, I literally have never taken any Spanish, and I can do basics if you think of where I started. I mean, I probably only knew how to count to 10.
I know. There's a lot of
and I'm
pros and
busy.
cons,
I mean, I'm
know.
like, now you're here and I have help with David, but before I was doing everything on my own.
You just can't say to your son's culture that you don't have time to learn it, And you don't see my cousin's husband having that Spanish level.
But he went
really,
and lived in Colombia
I
or
know,
wherever he
just
went.
Can I finish what I'm saying, please? It don't matter how he learned it, he learned it. If he has that level of Spanish, I've never heard anybody. Yeah, can I finish, please?
He's been speaking Spanish for 20 years. Did you know his level 20 years ago?
Yes.
You knew him since you were 10?
10 years ago.
Okay, so he had 10 years.
Well, you had 4. Where you at now?
I mean, I don't know.
I only heard excuses, and then I'm trying to say something. You're just stop me, and then can I talk? Or you don't want me to talk?
Go talk.
This is something that concerns me a little bit, and I really want you to know.
Okay.
That was it.
It's kind of like a low blow because for the past 4 years of our relationship, I've been raising children. I've been working full time. I've been really busy and it's been really hard to find time to learn Spanish. I don't appreciate being blindsided by this conversation. And, tomorrow's our wedding day. And now I feel like I'm going to go into our wedding stressed out. I mean, I've told you this like 8,000 times, so I don't know why we have to have this talk right now, but.
Well. Yeah, we're getting married tomorrow. That's why we're having this conversation.
So it's like a make or break. You learn Spanish or I don't marry you?
I think Jessica don't fully understand the sacrifice I'm making to be here, to be with her and the family. And all I'm asking for is to not lose my culture in this country and for the baby to learn part of it. It is a must for this marriage to work out.
Jessica says she had a 450-day Duolingo streak, and that's cool, but this ain't about streaks. It's about consistency and commitment. You can't expect Juan to give up his job on the cruise, give up his culture, and then still have to beg for a little effort from his partner. That's not balanced. If he's supposed to pick their relationship over his career, then she should be able to say, "I'm going to learn Spanish for my man and our child," without turning it into a debate. That's real partnership. And let's be real, he doesn't need her permission to speak Spanish to his child. The baby will pick it up naturally. Honestly, it feels like if they didn't have a baby together, Juan would have been gone. The lack of compromise is wild. Also, don't act like learning a language is some impossible thing. It's hard, but people do it every day. If you really love someone and want to share a life and raise a child together, you put in that work. So no, Juan isn't wrong. And if she's not willing to meet him halfway, he might as well hop back on that cruise and find someone who will.